two debutants. They bowled really well today. One obviously man of the match. Can you talk to us about these two young fast bowlers? Means young means career-wise. I'm talking about more specifically.
Yeah, like I think for two guys to come in on their debut against the world champions and put in those sort of performances are outstanding. I loved everything about it, the way he went about it, the smartness that they showed, the pace that they bowled with, but also just that they played with a smile on their face and they enjoyed every second of it, and they were really well rewarded. I thought, as I say, I thought they were outstanding, everything about them, and I tip my hat to them. To do that in your first game against the world champions was brilliant.
Coach, I mean, defending 180 odd against a team like India, with a deep batting lineup on this ground, which is probably not the biggest ground in the world. How do you assess the performance of your bowlers as a whole?
Yes, I've really said, look, we knew India had a powerful batting lineup, and I think the key was to try and get early wickets. And then we saw throughout the innings if we could keep taking wickets, but also those dot balls built pressure. And the guys with it, they were really smart. I thought our fielding was outstanding as well. We saved a lot of runs in the field, and our catches, we took crucial catches. But we did our basics well. But when we needed to sort of hide the ball and use our bouncer and bowl wide of the stumps, we did that. And I thought the seamers did a great job, all three seamers and the spinners as well.
And how is this for Irish cricket? From its growth point of view, popularity's point of view.
I think it's a huge day. We've just beat the world champions in T20 cricket in our own backyard, and beautiful day at Stormont. These are the sort of games that we've been crying out for. Luckily, we got the weather, and I think Stormont put on a show, and I think the Irish cricket team put on a show today.
Coach, how do you assess Jay Mundra's performance? He has been bowling exceptionally well, and his bowling has been crucial in this victory.
Yeah, he was outstanding. I'll just say one word. I thought he was outstanding. He ran in, he bowled quick. I think he was clocked at 87, 88 mile an hour. He's got that left arm option. He's got really good skills with it as well. I said he did it with a smile on his face. He had his own little fan club there watching him. But just his smartness as well. He knew well to bowl his bouncer, his three-quarter seam, and to take pace off the ball. For somebody playing his first game, I thought he was outstanding, yeah.
You have, would Jay have ever got, because how old is he? He's 29.
He's 29.
Would he, if it wasn't for, the 4 or 5 bowlers that are injured, would he have ever got a look in? Because it's not like he's even up and comer. I know he played a little bit for Leinster, but
Yeah.
he didn't feel like he was that close to the setup.
Jai, I ran a bit of a fast bowling clinic 18 months ago, and credit to Jai, he travelled across Dublin 2 nights a week and come in and train with me for 4 months. So I sort of had eyes on him from that period of time. I knew a little bit about him before. A left arm seamer is always a huge commodity in any form of cricket, especially T20 cricket. Yes, you alluded to it. We've got 6 seamers out injured at the minute. But what I've always said, in international cricket now, you need to have at least 10 or 12 seamers for backup and to put competition for places on the guys who are in that first team. But I think, no, Jai has been on our radar, but I think just the way he came in today, did that job. We've watched him for Leinster Lightning over the last couple of years, and he's done an outstanding job with the new ball on at the back end.
What does this say about those interpros? I mean, they changed for a reason, right? The system, they put a team because maybe the standard wasn't seen as high enough. And if you had that, like Steele came in towards the back end of last year and did well. Performances like this increase your faith in that system in terms of preparing players for this?
I am a big fan of best v best, and I think going down to the 3 teams, I've been at the festival so far, and I think the standard has risen, and I'm all for that. I'm also all for the Emerald Challenge. We need to get more competitive cricket, more hard cricket. But I think if we can play that sort of best v best, those 3 teams, you'll see performances like that. And he's deserved for what he's done for the Leinster Lightning over the last 24 months.
Coach, were you surprised that there was no Suryavanshi in the opposition squad? There was a lot of chatter around him, a lot of articles written, shows have been done that best T20 batter at this point of time, 15-year-old. Were you surprised?
Not really, to be honest, because if you look at that Indian batting order, you've got 2 guys up the top, or you look at their top 6, it's going to be difficult to break into that. Obviously, he's broke records in the IPL and he's 15 years of age. Look, I think he's going to have an unbelievable career ahead of him. But it just shows the richest in batting in Indian cricket that he hasn't made his debut today. That might come in the next game or the England series, but look, that's not for me to say when he makes his debut. We're just happy that we got a win today.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
It's difficult to sort of break momentum in T20s because it's such a short form. Obviously, there's not a lot of ebb and flow. Obviously, the power play wasn't fantastic in the first innings there, and then India got off to quite a strong start in their power play. Just wondering how you will manage to wrestle back momentum twice in a game today.
Yeah,
what was the conversations happening?
I think with Lorcan Chucker coming in as captain now, Lorcan's got a great calmness, but he's very set on how he wants to go about playing his T20 cricket as an individual, but also us as a team. And I think you saw that today. We soaked up a little bit of pressure, and then when it was time to pick it up, put it back on the opposition, we did that. And then with ball in hand, look, obviously we've got our plans for teams and set individuals. I think our fielding was excellent today. Ground fielding was excellent. We took some stunning catches as well. And look, the boys just, I think in T20 cricket, you're never out of the game. If you can get a wicket and then you get a couple of dot balls, you get a sense that something is going to happen. And that was always the case today. There wasn't too many big overs after the power play. And the pressure continually built, and we saw what happened when we got our wickets.